In other news, the government requires at least 106 billion shillings to increase salaries and allowances for officers serving in the National Police Service, Kenya Prison Service and the National Youth Service. This is, of course, in its bid to implement recommendations in the David Maraga Task Force. The Principal Secretary of Interior Ministry, Raymond Omolo, has told MPs that a lack of resources has derailed some of the key recommendations proposed by the David Maraga-led task force.
Before the National Assembly Interior and Coordination Committee, the National Administration Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo told MPs that the National Police Service, Kenya Prisons and National Youth Service (NYS) need at least 106 billion shillings for salaries increment, citing lack of funds as an hindering factor to implementation. The money will be used to effect the pay changes of other officers, which is supposed to be implemented in 3 phases, with the first phase having been done on July 1st this year.
We are yet to begin work on, and for obvious reasons, I'll just explain a bit. Within the Kenya Prison Service, out of the 210 recommendations, there's been notable progress in 34 out of the 210. And then for the National Youth Service, out of the 117 recommendations, notable progress in 56 of those recommendations. Now, we've talked about the salaries, and this has happened across all the cadres, including the Kenya Prison Service.
Admitted that the process of implementation of the report has been slow due to financial constraints, though out of 598 recommendations in the report for 3 services, 271 relates to NPS, 201 relates to KPS, and 117 relates to NYS. So far, 154 recommendations relating to police service, translating to 57%, are on the process of implementation.
As the PS weather, we have considered also looking at other partner funding, because I'm aware, Chair, that the National Police have been benefiting, especially in the area of capacity building on training, from partner funding.
As mentioned by Honorable Kaunya, there have been so many task forces and commissions that have been commissioned, and the reports are gathering dust somewhere. If we don't implement quickly some of these recommendations, then it will be a waste of public funds.
That is the General Service Unit, the anti-stop-tape unit, that needs an all-round changeover, that this needs huge financial implications. We are hoping that in the fullness of time, those transfers that affects the formed-up units, we will be able to effect so that it has an effect on day-to-day operations of the police.
Other recommendations include an amendment to NPS Act to allow competitive recruitment of Inspector General of Police to be done within 14 days by President in consultations with Commission and Director of Internal Affairs Unit, who shall hold office for 1 term, as well as the amendment of age entry levels for police to be 21 years to address the challenges around a maturity prevalent in the entrance.
But I think this time that we have here may not. But I must isolate, like the area of promotions. You realize in the recent times we isolated this area to fast track it, because stagnation was really a major issue. Last week and until this week, we, the commissioners here, have been conducting promotion interviews for the ranks of ASP and above.
Mutuku, TV 47, Nairobi.